Hey guys, Sean here, and I already did this video, and I'm gonna thank you guys for my subscribers, but I did this video and I kind of talked about that the whole time, and I decided that I shouldn't do that, because maybe it's boring, and after a point you don't really care how I feel about YouTube and whatever. If someone does care, or a few people care, sure, you can leave the comments and I can tell my YouTube life story and why I don't do YouTube as much anymore and blah 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 blah. But otherwise, we're going to talk about skill-based matchmaking in Advanced Warfare, which everyone seems to be convinced, at least on the Advanced Warfare Reddit, which I'm pretty sure Reddit is where every devil spawn goes to congregate and post. But anyway, like, thank you guys for 13,000 subscribers. It's been a long time that I've been approaching this number, and I probably would have hit it long ago if YouTube didn't purge all the dead subs from the system and all the dead accounts and stuff, but I finally hit it, and I think I'm safely over it at this point. Before, I was like, when I did this the first time, I was on like 13,001, and I was like, I could probably drop below that, but I think I've safely cleared it, so I wanted to say thank you for that, because it's been a long time since I've been able to thank people for hitting another 1,000. Probably been 2 years, and it's insane to think that 13,000 people over the years have subscribed to my channel. Like 13. Do you know how many people? Like, I know it's a small channel in general, like compared to other channels on YouTube, but 13,000? Like, that's fucking nuts. And it'll always be nuts no matter what the number is. Just the fact that like 50 people might watch this video to me is still nuts. Like, I don't even know 50 people by name in real life. Like, so thank you, and especially if you're watching right now, you're most likely a subscriber, and if you're a subscriber who actually watches it, because obviously the 13,000 people aren't watching it, a sincere thank you to you especially. But on with the show. So I've been seeing a lot of posts on Reddit. I don't know why I go on the Advanced Warfare Reddit. Every time I do so, I leave angry. It just makes my day worse, so I don't know why I do it. I guess when I get bored and I have nothing else to do, I end up clicking on it, and then I go down the rabbit hole for a bit, and I type angry things and get in discussions with, like, clearly 12-year-olds, and it just never works out. But for some reason, I don't even know, like, I don't remember them announcing that there was skill-based matchmaking in every playlist. I remember them saying it for ranked, obviously, but I don't remember them saying it was on every playlist. If it is, fine. If not, whatever. That's not the point. Really, I'm just discussing, like, the merits of skill-based matchmaking, and I don't understand why everyone's so aggravated about it. It doesn't really matter if it actually exists. I did see one post, like, from the PC version of the game. Someone went into the files, and it said it was matching based on skill. So maybe that's where everyone got it from. I don't really know. The point is, I don't get, like, a lot of people are like, I don't want to have to play people who are camping or whatever, MLG pros who are camping. Like, I don't know what game types they're playing. Like, the first guy I argued about about a couple weeks ago, he was playing Team Deathmatch, and he was saying that people were spawn trapping. Okay, or people were camping. Well, it's TDM. Like, people are going to try to not die. That's partially the objective of the game mode. Like, TDM is basically like search and destroy without a timer. Like, it has a timer, but in search and destroy, like, the offensive team is persuaded to move based on the fact that if the time runs out and they haven't either killed everyone on the other team or planted the bomb, they lose. Whereas in TDM, it's just like, if your team gets one kill and you're up 1-0 and you hide for the next 10 minutes, you win. Like, if somehow the game could end 1-0, you automatically win because you got that one kill and then you ran away forever. And so it's not really, there's no incentive really to move. I'm not saying you should sit in a corner, but, like, if you're complaining about people camping in TDM, like, you kind of got yourself into that one, didn't you? But, you know, a lot of people are saying that, like, okay, if you've ever watched this game competitively, like, if you've ever watched, you know, a competitive hardpoint, a competitive CTF from Black Ops 2, because there's not too much Advanced Warfare out there yet, but you ever watched that, people are not camping. And the only thing close to camping, really, is sitting in the hill in Hardpoint, which you kind of have to do. Like, that's kind of your responsibility. But if you're playing one of those objective game modes, and, like, you have the hill, you have to sit in the hill, you have to watch where they're coming from to prevent them from getting to the hill, like, you have to defend the hill. If that's camping to you, because people aren't running wildly away from the objective, then I don't know what to tell you. But you know, besides the fact that apparently if you are good at the game, you automatically have to camp. Like, I don't remember camping very often in games, and I think I generally do pretty well. Like, I don't even think this game that I'm showing you right now is that special, but most games I'm at least a 1.5 KD. Like, I don't feel like I'm doing poorly. I'm just kind of fucking around, going around shooting people who I think are not that great, usually. Like, I don't ever feel like I'm struggling so much, but if you're one of those people who is complaining about skill-based matchmaking because you're not doing well or you're losing or something, like, maybe, just maybe, it's not that you're being matched with MLG pros, as everyone keeps putting it on Reddit. Maybe you're just not as good as you think you are. Like, maybe all these years before, if, you know, the games haven't been matching based on skill, maybe what you've been doing is beating up on really bad players, like, or new players. Maybe, in fact, you're not actually good at this game, and a lot of people would argue that they don't want to be good at this game. They don't care about being the best, which is fine, but if you're advocating to take away any matching based on skill, what you're truly advocating for is your ability to make new players, or worse players, lives miserable. So, just as you, right now, feel like the people you're getting matched up with are better than you, you're advocating to basically have the opposite happen. You're advocating to be the better player matched up with the worst players. And how is that fair to those players? Like, the only way for the game to really be fair, and I don't even mean in terms of who wins and loses, but just in terms of an experience and having fun, is if the players on each team are considered equal, or at least close to equal, so that it's fair for everyone. And then, yeah, it comes down to the better player winning. And I'm sorry, I hate to break this to you, but PvP multiplayer is a competitive thing. Like, you're trying to be better than the other team. Like, you're mad right now that you're not doing as well in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare as you maybe did in Ghost. So you care how good you do. Like, it's just plain and simple. Like, if you're... Obviously, if people were, like, watching you spawn, I could see why you would be aggravated, because that's not really up to you. It's not really a decision you're making. But, you know, that would be more of a spawn system thing than the fact that you're playing decent players. Like, I don't understand why you think it's okay for you to be able to beat up on bad players. Maybe you're just not as good as you think you are. And as much as you may not want to, you know, dedicate 12 hours a day to becoming the best Call of Duty player in the world, from my experience, and I'm not nearly the best Call of Duty player in the world, from my experience, this game is not all that difficult game to game in public matches. You know, I can do just fine and have just a fine... Like, I'm never... In Call of Duty, I never play for a day and go like 10 games in a row playing horribly, you know, going 5-30 and having a terrible time. Like, that's never going to happen. I'm better at Call of Duty than that. That's never going to be an issue. If that's an issue for you, you're not as good as you think you are, and if that's fine with you, that's fine with you, but you seem to care, so try getting better. Stop blaming the fact that you have to play people who are sort of at your skill level. Like, people are like, well, if there's ranked, why do we have any skill system matching us up in normal games? Here's why. Because they don't want you beating up on new players. Ranked is ranked because it shows, like, a level. Like, you know, you're in bronze. I wish it was more of a leaderboard, but, you know, you get into bronze, silver, gold, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, for example, like League of Legends, you have, you know, the leaderboard. Like, if you get to Challenger, there's the leaderboard of all the people in Challenger, and you see how good you are compared to everyone in the game, basically. That's what ranked is for. I'm pretty sure, I'm almost positive, that League of Legends normal matches also match you based on a skill rating. I'm pretty sure there's a skill rating for normal matches and a skill rating for ranked matches. There is definitely some kind of skill rating, or at least based on your level, you know, level 1 to 30, because if you're a level 30 player and you go into normal draft pick, you're not going to play against level 8 players. If you go into blind pick, you're not going to play against level 8 players. Like, you'll notice that there's not 2 top, no jungle, 1 mid, 2 bot, or whatever crazy-ass shit goes on, like, pre-level 30. You know, that does match based on at least that, if not an actual skill rating behind that, which I think it does. And the reason for that is simple. Bad players don't deserve to be beat up on you by you because they randomly get placed with you. Just like you feel like you don't deserve to be beat up by players who are better than you that apparently it matches based on skill. Like, maybe the system needs to be tweaked a bit. Maybe you're being matched. I don't know how it matches, but let's just pretend right now that it was a 3-tier system. You're either bad, okay, or good. Maybe it's putting too many people in the good section and it doesn't have enough ways to differentiate really good from kinda good, and so you're getting smashed by the really good. Fine, maybe. But at the same time, like, the more you try to break that up, the longer it takes to match it. So maybe you should just try getting better. Like, I'm sorry, but at some point, you can stop complaining that the game is putting you with players of equal skill. To play normal public matches of Call of Duty, you do not have to camp in corners and sit on a rooftop. You can be better than that without doing any of those things. You don't have to use the best gun. Believe me, I've used plenty of weird assault rifles in this game and done just fine. The submachine guns are a little weak. Those need to be tweaked, but again, that has nothing to do with a skill-based system. What do you think? Do you care? Like, if you're a subscriber of mine and you really have an issue being matched with players of your skill, I'll listen to you, because I feel like you subscribed for some reason to me, so maybe we agree on something else and maybe we'll talk about it, but you can't talk to Reddit. Reddit does not talk back. So, anyways, thank you for watching. Once again, thank you for 13K. Here's to many more thousand. I've been Sean. You've been the viewer. Please give it a like. Maybe some of your thoughts in the comments. And I will see you all later.